All right, bruh fans, we are here with Season 2, Episode 18. There are only, 4 episodes left? 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, I did not write a score down for this episode. Let's see here. The title of the episode is
Once Upon a Time.
And yeah, I would probably, look, I ain't gonna hold you. The Bill stuff yet again ruined the episode for me, but the Mike stuff was relatively good. This definitely felt like a setup episode for what's to come. I mean, we're wrapping up the season, so we're establishing story beats and whatnot. I want to give it higher, but I do feel like I'm going to drag the episode because of the Bill stuff. I feel like I got to. I'm going to give this episode I feel 5 out of 10 is a safe score because I don't want to go super high, but then I don't want to go super low. And no, I didn't say super high as a reference to Mike. That's low-hanging fruit, and I'm better than that most of the time. But before going further in the video, please take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like it. Hit subscribe. That way, well, look, we're less than 1,000 people from 190,000 subscribers. We should be hitting 200,000 maybe by the end of the year or early 2022. If we could hit it before the end of the year, that would be great. Hit the bell icon to select all because, good grief, I got a lot of stuff to do over the next week. Look, I'm taking Thanksgiving off and Black Friday. I don't care what anybody says. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. And let's get into it. So we pick up where we left off. And if you watched my review from last week, well, if you didn't, then what's wrong with you? Seriously, it was a good review. Even though I did bring back cutaways this week. So if you are interested in the Family Guy-like style, then this is the video for you. I mentioned how the cliffhanger last week didn't do it for me. It felt out of place. And now we pick up from that scene where we have Bill and Regina at the Justice of the Peace. And Regina asked the question, and to be honest, I feel like it's a bit too late to ask this. Bill, why do you want to marry me? And of course, well, Bill just says, 'Cause I love you. And she wants more. I love you because I want to spend the rest of my life with you. And okay. He wants promises, like promise me that. That's like a person saying, hey, stand by my side. Promise me you stay by my side. For what, bro? Just promise me first. Yeah, man. Okay, I got you. What is it? Help me hide a dead body. What the fuck? Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. But any case, he is like, promise you'll stay by my side no matter what as I work out my doubt and confusion. And he's not sure that he could be with one woman. And I used the Kevin Hart help me thing at least 8 times on the channel. Help me, Regina, help me. And she honestly says, look, I can't help you with that. And then goes on to say, look, I don't look, Bill, I don't know. Look, I'm not confused. I'm ready. And I promise to do my best. I'm like, this ain't going to work. And then Regina rightfully says, and I'm like, okay, thank you, Regina. You're actually using some sense here. She thinks that they should wait. Here's the thing. At least she's acknowledging, you know what, Bill, maybe we're rushing into this. Okay, Regina, this is good. Maybe we should wait. At least she didn't say, you know what, I'm done. I try to give you a chance. No, she said, let's wait, as in, I think she's trying to process that Bill isn't ready and just give it a little time. He says, he needs therapy and whatnot, and maybe I shouldn't have accepted the proposal and whatnot. I was reluctant to even move in with him, but then not even, post-sex later, I accept the proposal, and then I'm like, let's get married tomorrow. When the dude literally said, I'm just getting the help I need. I'm just starting. I don't know who's... Regina's getting to the point where she's as bad as Bill. So, she goes on to say, look, Bill, you're talking in circles and your words, they aren't matching what you're feeling. Like, you say you have doubt and confusion, and then not even 10 words later, I'm ready to do this. And this isn't good enough. Like, saying that you'll do your best isn't good enough, because Bill is like, while he's trying to express what he's feeling, this is what it sounded like to me.
Have you ever had a dream that you could?
I don't really know what else to say here. He starts begging her to marry him, and look, the light-skinned bro, he go on one knee, I'm going to get down on two. Let's go in here, let's do this. My question is this. Is Regina true? Okay, I don't doubt that these two love each other, but my thing is this. Is Regina's love for Bill less than the love of the idea of being married? Huh? Let me run that back. Is Regina more in love with the idea of being married to Bill than actually the love she has for Bill? Because I feel like, what was it, about a week ago? Social media was just filled with the red flag memes and whatnot. Bill was literally dropping a whole stack of red flags right in front of you. I mean, I don't know if Regina was wearing open-toed shoes or not, but if she was, then I feel like she would have had her feet crushed by the damn flag poles that just fell on her as he was talking. He's even like, look, can I get some credit for, being honest? Bill, you're absolutely right. But Negro, you crashed the wedding. All your bros told you. If you crash this wedding, she's going to expect you to marry her not 2 years from now, not 3 years. Immediately. Yeah, I'm all in. Yeah, I'm ready to settle down one woman. I can't. This reminds me of and I'm not going to do a cutaway because I can't, because I feel like it'll throw off the flow. If you watch Sesame Street, you got Grover and then the Blue Man. I don't know the Blue Man's name. I just know he's the Blue Man. And that, I think one of the first times they encounter each other, I watched this as a kid, is when Grover's working as a waiter in a restaurant. And this man cannot make up his mind what he wants. Does he want the coffee? Does he want a sandwich? Does he want an appetizer first? And Grover is sent so many times in circles trying to get this man what he ordered. So, let me go ahead. I'll play some of the clip right now.
Well, no, you'll have to take it back anyway. Yeah, I've changed my mind. I've decided I want a cup of coffee before I have the soup and the sandwich.
And you see what happened at the end. Grover just collapsed because he couldn't take this anymore. I mean, he tried to negotiate. He tried to rectify the situation. You know what? Hey, I brought you both items at once. That way you didn't have to choose. You had everything right in front of you. I think I do make up my mind. I want this. I want the coffee for. Like, I ain't got nobody got time for that crap. That's Regina. Regina is Grover, and Bill is the Blue Man. They're both bald. Huh. I didn't think of that until now. But basically, I cannot fathom what woman would put up with this. Is he that good in bed, Regina? Is it because he's tall, dark, and handsome to you? Is it because I feel like Regina is blinded by the Bill from, what was it? When did they go out? What did she say? Like, I waited 2 years for you, but then after you dumped me via text, and didn't Mike tell Bill to put all of her stuff in a box or whatever? I can't remember if this was in college or not, but essentially, I feel like Regina is still in love with the Bill from back in those days, and the idea of hearing the words, "Oh, I want to marry you," she's thinking back to that Bill as opposed to the Bill that's standing right in front of her, who is a broken man trying to put himself together. And him being honest about not wanting to sell with one woman, okay, they go in there and get married. So, Bill, I'm coming for your ass later. Let's go over to Mike's intervention, see what's going on over there. Just got my blood pressure up. It ain't even 11 o'clock in the morning. All right, so we go over to Mike's intervention. And they're sitting on the couch. Pam's sitting on the end, and they're trying to get things out. If I remember the order of seating, it's Greg, and then you got Mike, who's in the middle, John, and then Pam sitting on one of the arms of the couch. But let's be honest here. Every time Pam tries to say something or do something, Mike just shoots off at the mouth at her, and it gets to the point where they just ask Pam to leave because it just isn't going to get, things just aren't going to get better. He's not going to calm down. Greg slips up and says, "I'll call you later." Okay, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go. But no, Mike's so high, it's like, oh, you hitting that too? Oh, you hitting that too? I mean, everybody's getting some, but if I'm not mistaken, she flirted with she flirted with Tom. Oh yeah, that's when that heifer. Oh, I mean, that's when Pam came out from the back in Tom's robe. Then of course you had to set up with Regina to kiss Bill, and then now Mike's thinking that Greg got some, and I think John is the only person that Mike hasn't accused Pam of making out or having sex with. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, but there was that one episode where Mike and Pam were going at it at Tom's apartment, and it looked like Pam, I think John had grabbed Pam and they fell over, and I'm like, okay, John, I see what's going on here. But look, if I could screenshot that and put it on the screen now, I would. I just gotta look through my files, but I think I remember making a joke about that. But Pam leaves, and Greg says, we got to work through this. Like, when did you start using the drugs? And basically Mike says, I was falling behind at work, and, I was taking them. I was taking drugs, moderately, occasionally, just to let the pressure off. This is something I like. Well, not the fact he used drugs, but to just get more insight of, his life as a lawyer, because we only saw him working with Andy a couple times in season 1, and, we seen him do some work at his loft, but in Sisters, we really don't see that much of Andy doing work. When she does help, look, she's great at being a lawyer, and I love that about the earlier seasons. It's kind of like The Flash, where, Barry would do his CSI thing in season 1, sometimes in season 2, then it got to the point of like, does this fool got a job anymore? I miss this. When he uses his intelligence, because he isn't just somebody with super speed, he's actually pretty smart, even before he got powers. And I love seeing that, as opposed to, I feel like we see Andy doing more for coworkers than doing actual work. So to actually get insight as to, yeah, work is pretty tough, so I take the coke to even out. And then John just decides to blurt out of nowhere,
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
And I found it funny due to the fact that I used that same exact clip as soon as Mike admitted about his addiction to Pam. I remember making that video like, Mike, why the hell were you having me followed? Cocaine is a hell of a drug. So I will admit that was pretty funny. So in the midst of the conversation, they're trying to figure things out. And, first of all, Greg's like, Mike, how come you ain't tell me about this? What's going on? Nigga, you were in LA. Like, I remember saying that in my review last week, like, Greg acting like a dad, like, he feels so betrayed. Like, no, why didn't anybody tell me? It's like, bruh, you were like halfway across you were on the other side of the country. So it's not like, you would be clued into every single thing that's going on. Like John said, me and Mike did it together like once. And I know he did it occasionally, but I didn't know he was an addict. So why would I tell you, Greg? And the fact that the show is self-aware, because that's what Mike says, like, you were in LA, why would I tell you? I am not docking points for that. It's like when the show makes these things, point these things out to me, I can't dock it because it feels even more real. Now, it felt like I was sitting on the couch too. Okay, so Greg brings up the program that he knows of, basically like a weekend rehab retreat, if you will, where Mike can go. And, throughout the week, you got mentors and whatnot trying to, basically check in. Okay. I think the best way to, look at it is being accountability partners, if you will. So the first thing is to get the bag. It's like, Mike, you got to give me a bag. You just got to give me the bag. So it's funny because from there, Mike's like, am I able to take anything? Nigga, you ain't taking that bag of coke. You can't bring the coke with you. So like, you can't bring the coke with you. It's like, that defeats the purpose. Can we just talk about the fact that both Mike and Greg were just both hanging their heads at John as he was going at it? Because for every like 30 jokes John rattles off within 2 minutes, There are a lot of misses, but damn it, when John hits that good joke, he might have 1 or 2 jokes that land out of 30, but those 2 make up for the other 28 that didn't hit the mark. And they were both looking at John like, bruh,
Why are you even here?
this is not helping. But, okay, so he hands the bag of Coke to John, and he don't want it because of the fact that, look, I got a record. I gotta get this stuff. No, don't give it to me. Give it to Greg. He the doctor. He know what to do with this stuff. Tell me why, as soon as John handed the bag to Greg, mind you, John's like arm and hand kind of got Coke on it. He's like, hey, don't put, look, whatever you don't put your hand to your mouth or anything. Why the hell did John take his hand and have it right directly in front of Greg's mouth? I was like, this fool. So Mike is just fed up, and okay. Mike is fed up. I'm looking at Greg, who's holding the bag, and I'm like, dude, you got like a mountain of snow on your hand, on your arm, and Mike gets up and he starts to get some clothes for the weekend. And I think that, oh yeah, that's right. I think John was the one that brought up the whole thing about Bill getting married. And Mike didn't know about it. It's like, wait, Bill getting married? Damn. So I'm glad Greg was like, yeah, let me go wash my hands. I'm like, thank God. Because I'm like, I know you ain't about to walk around with Coke all over your damn arm and hand. Like, that ain't going to be a good look if you got to go back to work. Because remember, Greg left on his lunch to go to the sandwich shop to tell John about what's going on, as well as get food for his coworkers, and then they went to Mike's place. So can you imagine if he went back to work looking like he'd been playing in the snow or with powdered donuts? And look, I remember, you ever have something on your face, whether it be pimple cream or something like that, and you forget it's there, and then you like scratch your face? That's one thing I'm scared to death of. Like, imagine like if I had my hand like accidentally, look, I don't even know how this will happen. It's like if you, for some reason, I have Coke on my hand, and I'm not talking about Coke the soda, and then I forget it's on there, and then I like scratch my nose like, oh shit, I'm an addict now. That's a fear. But thankfully, Greg went to go wash his hands. Remember what I just said a few minutes ago about John telling jokes, and maybe a lot of the jokes are misses, and then there's one hit. When Mike had like a little handful of clothes and was walking to the door, and if I remember correctly, when he got up from the couch, I noticed that on his back pocket and all, there was Coke all over his ass. So he's walking to the door. John's like, Negro, what are you doing? I got clothes for the weekend. It's only 2 days. I got some clothes. Get a suitcase, man. What you doing? You can't walk around Coke on your ass and then got the clothes in your hand. Go get the suitcase. You got money. So he's going to get the clothes, help pack up. Greg is like, John, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, bitch took the picture and hit me on the head with it. I forgot how torn up the loft got when him and Pam were fighting. But John, this fool picks up the picture, tells Greg, cocaine everywhere. Look at this. On the back of the picture, it's all white. Coke back here. And everybody like, what the hell you doing, John? Like, you are no help. When I tell you I was laughing my ass off, that was funny. Okay, so John, wasn't John sniffing the damn picture too? So John goes back to the sandwich shop, and despite the rush, Alice says they only made $56. Look, I used to work at a restaurant, Bojangles, the one summer before my senior year in high school, and I only worked there a month because they were overstaffed, and the gas it took to get there, they cut hours and the gas prices and all. Me and my sister quit after a month, and I'm like, you know what? I'm never working in fast food again, but at least I got the experience to know why I never want to work in fast food again. I was the cook though. I was literally SpongeBob. I made one hell of a biscuit. So during the rush hours, which usually was like from like maybe 11:30 to 1 o'clock, there was a lot of business. So if it was a rush, wouldn't it have been more than $56? I mean, I don't know the prices of the sandwich and the wraps, but $56? But she gonna keep it due to the fact that John, left and she had to do it by herself. And then she even says, look, you're gonna borrow the money from me again anyway. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time we've had mention of John's father since episode 2, which I thought was going to be a John and Alice story arc, but it was brought up in the form of a joke here. But John doesn't think Bill went through with the marriage because of the fact that he doesn't think he was ready. Alice says, well, he better have married that girl. And on the one hand, it's like, yeah, you interrupted the wedding, you better marry her. But then knowing that Bill isn't the most dependable guy, I don't know. But in any case, she talks about the fact that, when it came to her dad getting shot on her wedding day because the man John's daddy was like, look, I'm going to marry you when I want to. And then in the midst of the story, she realizes, oh crap, wait, you talking about my daddy? And then before we can get more context, Bill and Regina show up. It's like, wait, what? They're married. Y'all's married now. So they're excited. And, in the midst of the celebration, Alice and Regina go to the back to talk. And Bill and John talk. And John asks Bill how it feels. And he basically, recounts how it happened. I went down to the Justice of the Peace, said, let's get married. And here we are. And then John's like, hey, man, I'm really happy for you. I hope everything goes well. And, yeah, make sure you got that prenup signed, right? You got a prenup? Wait, what? No prenup? I'm talking about worst case scenario, Bill. Worst case scenario, you and Regina don't work out. And, well, then she'll probably yell out. Hey! So Bill goes on to say that I don't want to be told the truth. Because, John is literally saying, kind of like Greg, hey, Greg, he got married, then got divorced. If things don't work out, just know that's an option. But kind of like, an unplanned baby, Bill went into this marriage without protection. So, I don't really know what Bill wants. He's like, I don't want the truth. I want you on my side. What exactly does that mean, Bill? It's like after you're the one who proposed to Regina. Look, I was watching the Steve Harvey show last night, so I want to say... Wait, actually it was Peggy Greer, Regina. Oh yeah, I'm thinking Regine from Living Single, my bad. Basically it's like, you're the one who was like, oh wow, Regina, you want to get married tomorrow. Then you want your bros to help you out, but what exactly are they supposed to do? They're the ones who try to stop you from crashing the wedding. They told you what the consequences and repercussions would be. And now you're married, and what exactly do you want? This is like Andy in season 2 of Sisters, when she used to tell her girls about the Gary business. And she would go around asking Fatima, Karen, Miss Irene for advice. And then when they would tell her hard facts and truth, she would cringe knowing that they're right, but then decide not. Basically, Bill and Andy, what's the phrase? Assholes, where there are people who ask people for advice but then do the exact opposite of what you tell them or suggest they do. Yeah, pretty much. So I don't really know what Bill expects John or Mike or Greg or Tom to do if the marriage goes south or if he cheats. Like, I don't really know what are they supposed to do? You're the one who you did this. You're the one who got on the damn racist white horse. Whatever. But in any case, Alice and Regina are going out to shop for lingerie, and Bill breaks down after they leave, and John gives him a pat on the back and says, I got you. I'll make you a sandwich. It's funny how John really wasn't much help with Mike, but dang it, he knows how to help out his buddy Bill. So John, I'll give you props for that. Now we got Mike in the program, and he calls Pam. Pam's on her way to work out, and Mike just calls to let her know that, hey, I'm at the rehab center, and I'm sorry, and I love you. And it takes her a while to say it, but she eventually does before they get off the phone, because obviously, she doesn't think they should talk right now. And you're probably thinking, Jeremy, isn't Pam being a bit hypocritical? She's like, I want to be there for you, I'm not going to leave, but now she doesn't want to talk, and she's being cold to Mike. Like, wait, isn't this kind of a situation where she's going to kind of turn him off to the fact that you're supposed to be there for me, but he is somewhat showing clarity in the moment, but obviously it won't last long, because this is just like the night where he told Pam about his problem, then the next morning he just flipped the script and changed. Who's to say the next time they talk it won't be the same thing? And that's a valid point. But you got to look at Pam's perspective here of getting into a fight with the man she cares about, and then seeing him turn into that monster, and now it's like a Jekyll and Hyde thing. So long as he's getting the help, then that's the first step. And that's really all that can be said about this scene. We'll just have to wait and see how things play out. Then we get to the scene that made me pissed off more than anything else. So, Bill, who just got married. Bill, who just went to the sandwich shop, to talk with John and Miss Alice about the news. Bill, who was told that his wife and Miss Alice were going out to shop. Look, I think Miss Alice said, she know a place, and based off the whips and heels and, cougar outfits and wigs that we've seen Alice throughout the first season, and now I'm pretty sure whatever Regina's going to come back with is going to be something else. So Bill, after eating that sandwich, his hunger was quenched, but this Negro's thirst needed to be quenched. He went over to the yoga studio to talk with Natalie. And I'm like, what the hell? He tells her he got married. Okay, I'm like, Bill, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay, you just wanted to check in and say, hey, 3:30 came and went. Here's what my decision was. Thank you for everything. Have a nice life. That's why I thought this was going to go. And if that's how it went, I would have said, Bill, good on you. I still don't think you should have went there, but at least you did what you did and then left. He wants to talk to her instead of another therapist, despite the fact that he got referred to someone else. As a man, I should know who and what I want. When I tell you I wanted to bust my screen because I knew I can get a new one with Black Friday sales, but I said, okay, no. Let me keep talking about Bill. Bill's like, I love Regina, but I want you too. Bill, go talk to someone else. I just got married and I want to cheat already. And Natalie looks him dead in the eye and says,
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby! Don't you put that on us!
Like, yeah, look, just because you got married and now you want to have some affairs with somebody, you ain't putting me in the middle of this crap. No. Bill, you need to grow the fuck up and leave. So she rightfully calls him out for, standing there in front of her hard. Basically, it's like, look, you need to go home, Bill. You need to go home to your wife. And in the midst, damn it, Tyler, you got me. I think this is how you got me. Last week, I'm like, man, this cliffhanger don't make no sense. It doesn't fit with the flow of the episode. Tell me why this cliffhanger had me going, because in the midst of Natalie telling Bill's ass off, Pam comes in, because when she said workout, I didn't think the yoga studio. I thought she was going to the gym, but then I'm like, continuity, because earlier in the season, her and Regina were both at the yoga studio. No, she's going, like she told Mike, I'm going to relieve some stress. I should have known right there. My dumb ass was thinking about something else. I was so mad about Bill, I wasn't thinking about when I was watching the episode. So Pam overhears it, and she's like slowly approaching, like it felt like TLC creep. So I creep, yeah, just creeping on Bill and Natalie, 'cause Regina will want to know. So I creep, yeah. Pam came in, and the damn episode cut off there. I was pissed off, because the look on her face was like, I know this Negro. But yeah, Bill, oh Bill. Overall, this was a decent episode. Part of me feels like I'd have scored higher than a 5 just because I had more fun watching or doing this review than watching the episode. Just because, like Sisters, it was frustratingly entertaining. But then again, screw it. This gets a 7 out of 10 just because of how worked up I got watching the episode. So I feel like even though I might not like the decisions and choices made by certain characters, the fact that I was emotionally invested, 7 out of 10. There we go. Let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comment section below. Also, they did put out a minute-long behind-the-scenes look at Bruh Season 3. I did a separate video on that, so make sure you check it out as well. Like and subscribe. If you want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, I will catch you all in the next one.